Look in the mirror, not casually, not for your hair. Actually look. Because the person staring back at you right now is not who you think it is. You think you know yourself, your personality, your habits, your limits. But what if I told you most of that isn't really you? It's something you learned, something you absorbed, something you never questioned. And today, we're going to question all of it. By the end of this video, you're going to see yourself differently. Not in a motivational way, not in a feel-good way. In a way that's slightly uncomfortable. Because once you realize how much of your identity was installed, you can't unsee it. Think about this. How many times have you said, "I've always been like this. I'm just not confident. I'm not the type of person who can do that." Sounds normal, right? But pause for a second. Who told you that? Was it actually you, or was it something you picked up over time? Maybe a teacher once said you weren't good at something. Maybe your parents labeled you as quiet or lazy. Maybe you failed once and decided that's just who you are. And slowly, those moments turned into beliefs, and those beliefs turned into identity. Let me show you something simple. There's a strange fact about goldfish. If you keep a goldfish in a small bowl, it stays small. But if you take that exact same fish and put it into a large pond, it grows. Same fish, different environment. Now here's the uncomfortable part. You and I, we're not that different. Except our bowl isn't physical. It's mental. It's made of thoughts like, "I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. Well, that can't change." And the more you repeat those thoughts, the smaller your life becomes. Now fast forward to today. You want to improve. You want discipline, confidence, better results. So you start working out. You try waking up early. You try building something. But after a few days, you fall back. And you think, maybe this just isn't for me. But that's not the truth. The truth is, your actions are trying to change, but your identity isn't. Deep down, your mind is still saying, "I'm not that person." And your brain, it doesn't care about success. It cares about what's familiar, because familiar feels safe. So even if your current identity is limiting, your brain will protect it. That's why change feels so hard. So if changing habits isn't enough, what actually works? You don't just change what you do. You change who you believe you are. The first step is simple, but not easy. You question your identity. Right now, I want you to notice your internal dialogue. What do you keep telling yourself? I overthink. I'm lazy. I'm awkward. Now ask yourself, is this always true? Or is it just something you've repeated so many times that it feels true? Because here's the reality. Your brain is adaptable. It changes based on repetition. This is called neuroplasticity, which means if something was learned, it can be unlearned. So those labels you've been carrying, they're not facts, they're patterns, and patterns can be broken. But breaking patterns requires something most people avoid: awareness and honesty. And now comes the part where most people quit, because it feels uncomfortable. To change who you are, you need space. Space between the old version of you and the new one. Think about your environment, your room, your phone, your daily routine. It all reflects who you currently are. If everything around you supports your old habits, how do you expect to become someone new? So start small. Clean your space, remove distractions. Limit what drains your attention. Not because it's aesthetic, but because it sends a signal. Things are changing. Then comes your language. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you keep saying, I'm not confident, I'm bad at this, your brain listens. Instead, shift it. Not into fake positivity, but into possibility. I'm learning to be better at this. I'm improving. Small shift, big difference. Now we build. Not a fantasy version of you, but a realistic, stronger version. Ask yourself, who do you actually want to become? Not what you want to have, but how you want to behave. Maybe it's calm under pressure, disciplined, confident in conversations. Now here's the key. Don't wait to feel like that person. Act like them in small moments. When your alarm rings, old you hits snooze. New you, it gets up. When you want to avoid something, old you escapes. New you faces it. These are small decisions, but they stack. Maybe it's calm under pressure, disciplined, confident in conversations. Now here's the key. Don't wait to feel like that person. Act like them in small moments. When your alarm rings, old you hits snooze. New you, it gets up. When you want to avoid something, old you escapes. New you faces it. These are small decisions, but they stack. And every time you act differently, you create proof. And confidence is built on proof. But here's something most people don't talk about. When you start changing, not everyone will like it. Some people are used to the old you, the quieter you, the easier you. And when you change, they might say, you've changed. And they're right. You have. And that's not a bad thing. So next time you look in the mirror, don't just see who you've been. See who you're becoming. Because you're not stuck. You're just used to being a certain version of yourself. And that version, it can change, slowly, intentionally. One decision at a time. You don't find your identity. You build it. Most of you will watch this and go right back to your old habits. That's why nothing changes. But if you're serious, prove it. Hit like, subscribe. Join this journey, because this isn't entertainment. This is self-respect. Either you show up or you stay average. Your move